Hey everyone, it's the end of 2024. The fishing season's done, the boat's put away, and I wanted to look back at my top 10 fish catching moments of the season, my top 10 fish catches of the 2024 fishing season. And it was an awesome year. We won Bassmaster Team Championship Series Team of the Year, caught a bunch of big fish, fished with a bunch of people, got to meet a bunch of people that I've never met in person, and it was just a really, really good season. But I wanted to go through and look back on my top 10 fish catches of the season and really look back on some of the highlight moments of this year. Now at number 10, this is going to be a frog fish catch. It was just a day that I went out fun fishing. I was fishing at Berkeley Swamp Lord, just throwing it around some duckweed mats, some areas where fish should be pushing up, and it was very, very first light, and it's just a really cool fish catch. What a cool bite. What a cool bite. Oh my gosh, I told you guys. It's like a 4-pounder. What a cool bite to start the morning. Holy smokes. That was sweet. Fish catch number 9 came down on Lake St. Clair. I was practicing for the Bass Team Championship Series, and it was the very first fish I ever caught on the Great Lakes Finesse hover minnow. What was really cool is the way that I made a long cast with this bait. I could see that fish tracking on live scope, and he wouldn't commit. I had this problem all week long. They wouldn't commit to that bait, so I reeled that bait in really quick. It shot the bait up, and I opened the bail, and when that bait falls, it spirals down, and that's when that fish bit. So it's just a really cool fish catch, a really big fish, my biggest to practice, and it came in a really cool way. That's a big one. That's a giant one. That is a giant one. Yeah, that's a big one. Holy smokes, that's a giant one. Look at how he ate that hover minnow too. Gonna eat the hover minnow like that. That's a good sign. Thanks, buddy. Bye, hover eater. Looking back on fish catch number 8, it wasn't anything too flashy, but it was a really, really key bite that happened in the Bassmaster Team Championship Series up on Hubbard. It was on day 3 of practice, the final day, and it really keyed me into the bite that we were going to need to utilize during the tournament. These fish had kind of pulled off some of the pre-spawn areas, started locking down on beds, and I had located a big grass patch on my perspective mode where there were a couple fish setting up on. And so I'd cast that little sneaky underspin over past it, slowly wind that bait by it, and those fish would come off the bed and they'd eat it. And that really clued me into these fish were locking down on beds, and I could get these fish to bite with a slower approach. I'm not trying to catch these fish. That's a big one too. I think after this one we're curling this hook down, because I would have rather caught that one tomorrow. That's a big one. Big one, and she ate that Cindy rig the way that I wanted her to eat it. Super, super long. How big are you? 4 1/4. Feels good. Okay, we're doing the right thing. Catch number 7 came on one of my favorite trips of the season, and that was fishing a jerkbait early year, catching big smallmouth bass. It was actually one of my biggest fish of the year too, a 580 smallmouth, but I was fishing a little mega bass, Vision 110 Junior, and I was making long casts on a spinning rod, getting that bait down, sinking it to these fish, and they'd come up off pre-spawn areas and crush it. Really big fish, came in a really cool way, and the first smallmouth that I caught fishing a jerkbait on a spinning rod, which was pretty neat too. Dang, that's big. What is that? I don't think it's a bass. It is a bass. It's a big smallmouth. It's a giant smallmouth. That is a giant smallmouth. Oh my goodness, came off in the net. Oh, what a smallmouth. Holy smokes, what a smallmouth. Oh my goodness. It's a long smallmouth. Zeros. $5.80. Biggest one of the year. Oh, that's awesome. Of all the catches from the Bassmaster Team Championship Series, number 6 was probably the most influential. This catch came on an early season trip up to Hubbard Lake, practicing for the Team Championship Series. I was just kind of get a feel for what that lake was going to set up like, and I had kind of stumbled on to the deal that really clued me into what to do during the official practice period. I located these dark bottom areas with my eyes. It was a really sunny day. I could see them, and I would make a long cast with the Cindy rig, which is a ball head with the little Great Lakes Finesse drop minnow, slowly wind it past these dark spots, and you were able to get bit. And this catch that you're about to see was my very first catch of the day that keyed me into so many more bites that really set us up for success during that Bassmaster Team Championship Series. It's a big one. It's a real big one. There we go. Heck yeah. Dude. That drop minnow is the deal on a ball head. Gorgeous fish. Thank you, Miss Smallmouth. Come back in a couple weeks. Catch number 5 actually came with my buddy Mr. Joe LaBarbera. Super awesome dude. I've been wanting to fish with him for a long time, and I got to take him out to a little sneaky lake by the house, and I was throwing a big Excite, a Heckler topwater walking bait over this big flat, and I got a big smallmouth to come up and eat it. Really cool bite, not my biggest fish catch of the year, but a really cool bite with an awesome dude, and Joe LaBarbera had an awesome day, and that bite really kicked it off. That was right. a big fish. Watch out. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That's no little one. Holy moly.
Look at how fat he is on the back.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Bro's got some shoulders on him.
Right, 5.
Yeah, probably pretty close to it. That's a big fish. He's got a
5.5.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, that fish
What a
is old,
fish.
right?
That's a really old fish.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why you want to put her back.
Thanks, buddy.
She's 15, you know?
Yeah, that's a 15-year-old fish. Bye, dude. Heck yeah, Joe.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome.
Catch number 4 was my biggest largemouth of the season. Came very early on, and I was sinking down a Strike King KVD 300, and I would sink that bait down in about 11 foot of water over these isolated trees or patches of grass where these bass were keying in on bluegill and perch. And I actually caught a 5.5 pound largemouth, which is a pretty big largemouth for Michigan. So it was a really cool fish catch, really cool way that I caught it, and just really an unexpected surprise early season. What is that? It's a big largemouth. Oh, yes! Dude, how big is that? Yes! The mouth and the belly. 4 pounds, 4.5. Oh man, that's a big fish. Zeros. Five and a half pounder, 5.51. Lock that in. Woo! 5.5. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, there goes fish number 1. 5.5 pounder. Bye, big girl. Yes. Whew. That's sweet. Now, catch number 3 really could be an entire 30 minutes of catching. I went out fishing this fall with my buddy Jake, and we got on one of the craziest crankbait and drop shot bites I've probably ever been on. It's a day that I will literally never forget. We caught over 27.5 pounds cranking, throwing a drop shot to shallow water cover, and we caught a ton of big fish. But I caught a 6 pounder in this clip, throwing a crankbait, and a Shine Lure Works DD with the blade on the back of it. And it really keyed us into what to be doing the rest of the day. Jake had just before this fish caught like a 586 or something, another really big smallmouth, and it was just a really cool way that it all set up, all came together. So followed up one big fish catch by him, by a fish catch with me, and it just never stopped for the next 30 minutes. That's another area that could be really good.
On one of my white with chartreuse belly hair jigs on there. And it was in a trance. It was the craziest, they were like in a trance, bro. You could throw whatever you want at them and they wouldn't move. And I pitched that hair jig and all of a sudden it was like it woke up. Like, oh, I want to eat that.
That's crazy, Jake. There's one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's as big as yours.
Drum, I'm gonna pick.
It's not a drum.
That is not a drum.
Jake, it's a big one.
That must be a dragon.
No.
I don't know, bro. That's pretty good.
Jake.
That's probably your biggest one ever. That's a 7 all day.
Dude, that's a lot bigger than I thought. That's a big one. It's a 5 for sure.
Shut up.
It might be a 6.
Dude, the one I just called it tiny.
Hey.
You made its asshole bleed.
Zeros? I can't. I'm shaking. Shh. Calm down. Calm down. Oh, his name is 6.02.
Oh, come on.
Dude.
Still. That's nuts. We just basically caught almost 2 back to back. Let me get a picture of that.
Catch number 2 is actually very unexpected. I was going out smallmouth fishing to start the day. I decided to kind of change up my game plan, switched it up, went to largemouth, skipping docks, and I was taking a Berkeley cull shad, and I'd skipped that bait up under these docks, and I was able to get these fish to come out and eat it. Now this was, I believe, the second dock that I skipped under, skipped that bait up under it, turned the handle a couple of times, and caught a big largemouth. So it was a really cool fish catch, very visual, something I actually really love to do. In a day that I was basically just salvaging from smallmouth catching, I went up shallow and caught some big largemouth. That's cool. Wow. That's a pretty good one too. That's sweet. That was a cool fish. And clip number 1 is something that I will never forget, literally never forget. Final day of the Bassmaster Team Championship Series. We were looking to lock up Team of the Year. We made a really long run. Terrible wind that day, so Dirds and I locked ourselves up in a river section of the lake. We pull up on this area, and Dirds catches one on a drop shot. So I proceed to throw out a topwater bait, work it over the flat. It's sitting there, a fish blows up on it. Got that fish in the boat. Next cast, I make a long cast up to that same flat area, and I end up seeing like this giant school of smallmouth underneath my topwater. Like the water changed colors, tons and tons of fish under this bait. I will literally never forget that like hour-long flurry of fish catches. And it was just so incredible. Like the water changed color. I end up getting bit. Dirds ends up getting bit. This happens for like the next half hour. It was just so incredible. And I can only include one fish catch, and this is the one that I chose. But it just a really incredible flurry of bites that locked up Team of the Year for us. So we'll never forget this fish catch, never forget this day, and never forget the year that I had with Dirds on the Bassmaster Team Championship Series. I'm gonna come up front, so I can fish that stuff a little bit from a better angle. Oh, wolfback, dude. Dude, you got one too. Get mine, get mine, get mine, get mine.
Where do you want to start, Ben? Oh my god, dude!
Oh my god! Oh.
That's so
Oh, dude!
I'm so glad I started a little further up. I told you to tie in the vacuum.
Dird says I haven't caught a fish on this wacky rig in a couple of years.
Holy
Dude, that's a 4-pounder.
They're there. Look what happened when we just threw another bait.
Yep. There we go. Good job, good job, good job, good job. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching those top 10 fish catches. It kind of takes me back and allows me to go back and relive these moments. It was such an incredible year. So much support from you guys. So many incredible catches throughout the season. So many incredible days on the water with really incredible people. It's going to be a year that I won't forget. You know, last year was a little bit of a downer year. I ended up selling the Phoenix, got the Champion, kind of changed perspectives on fishing, and this year it all kind of came together. It paid off. My mindset was better, and just had a phenomenal season. But if you guys want to see any of these videos in full, I'm going to try to link all of them down in the description below for you guys, so you guys can go check out the full videos that include these catches. Also, all the products and gear that I use are going to be linked down in the description below as well. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, tight lines. God bless. Enjoy the holidays with your family, and here's to a wonderful end of 2024 into 2025. Take care, tight lines. God bless. Pursue your passion.